please check out Nick Shirley. He does all the legwork. He does all the good stuff. He completely overthrew Tim Walz. W Nick Shirley, keep doing what you're doing. If you want me to take it down, please don't strike me. I will take it down. Please don't strike me, please, man. I'm working hard for what I'm doing. Please. Just send me an email, send down a takedown notice, anything. Please don't strike me. You can even copyright it for all I care, bro. I will take that as a hint to just take it down. I will do it in an instantaneous. Like, dude, you ain't even got to say nothing to me. Just please.
I'm asking
No. You don't ask me nothing.
$2.25 million.
Get out. Are we the only community that does fraud?
How come they said this building was closed?
Look, it's him again.
Advanced mobility is? Advanced mobility? Yeah, we're looking for it. Never heard of it?
They know we're shining the light on the fraud, and they have no defense.
Would you like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
The Minnesota fraud scandal continues to get worse and worse as billions of dollars of fraud has been exposed, and as I showed the world the blatant fraud taking place at daycares and other locations across Minnesota, it became the most viewed video expose on the internet and created instant change within the government as the Fed sent thousands of federal agents to Minnesota, and the HHS froze over $185 million in all payments to childcare.
That's right,
While
boys.
Politicians like Tim Walz call people like me white supremacists and far-right delusional conspiracy theorists for exposing the fraud. Meanwhile,
You know, it's kind of crazy that they say that he said that, because not once did Nick Shirley bring up politics in the first video. Not once did he. Not a single time did he say far left or far right. Not a single time. He just exposed fraud, and he's being alienated because of it.
he actually dropped out of running for
He's like our modern day Snowden.
That scandal has erupted the nation as protests and riots took place, all starting because daycares like Quality Learning Center were exposed. However, the daycares is only a small portion of the fraud taking place in Minnesota. In this video, I will take you into what has continued to allow this fraud to happen and connect all of the dots for you, exposing all of the fraud from strange connections of the business owners and the politicians who have openly admitted to the fraud on live TV. And to dive deep into the fraud, I met back up with the local David, who has been investigating this widespread fraud scandal for years. So here in Minnesota, you have daycare fraud, you have adult daycare fraud, you have healthcare fraud, and you even have more fraud. What's some of the fraud that's also taking place here inside of Minnesota?
Well, what I think might be sort of the heart of the beast here is this transportation fraud. And what I mean by that is in Minnesota, we have something called non-emergency medical transportation, NEMT. My research has shown that there are about 1,000 such companies in Minnesota, and more than 90% of them are Somali owned.
And so right here on the table, what do we have? All this information right here.
So I have a number of companies that are local here in the Twin Cities, and this is just a fraction of the companies that are out there. What I found was that the national average for a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles per company.
Yeah, I've seen this guy. He would
companies, their address.
He'd be a great God of War.
Some are in a house, some are in a convenience store, some of them.
Oh, they're gonna make it into a movie series.
Signage,
it's cool.
There's nobody there.
And so why would there be such a need for all these transportation companies here inside of Minnesota?
So if you think of this transportation as the hub of the wheel, so childcare is a spoke, adult daycare is a spoke, autism is a spoke, the interpreter services, which we can get into, that's another spoke. It all ties back to transportation. Why? Because those meals someone had to deliver those meals. Someone has to deliver the kid to autism, or say they did. So it all revolves around the transportation. And so when you're looking at this, you say, okay, well, let's just be conservative. Let's go on the low side. Let's say there are only 800 Somali-owned non-emergency medical transportation companies in Minnesota. Well, again, the average is 20 vehicles per company. So that's 800 times 20.
You know what's sad? Most Americans can't even afford a new car. And these people have 20 vehicles and they're getting paid to do literally nothing. Remember whatever I was saying, they should debank these people and seize all their assets and distribute it back to the American people? That's exactly what should happen with all that property. Because the thing is they, the American people paid for that with their taxes. That's all taxpayer money. All of it. And it's not even just Minnesota taxpayer money, it's American taxpayer money.
These NEMT
Like
companies
everybody's
are paid
taxpayer money.
is if they bring someone to a doctor's appointment, whatever the case might be, or Costco or wherever they're going, because remember, it's non-emergency medical transportation. Well, we went to Costco because they have to eat or they'll die. So that's considered, right? So it's almost impossible to figure out from the outside what exactly the payments are for each of these trips. But I have a pretty good idea. So when someone provides a transportation to a facility or a location, they're also paid for the time to sit there and wait for the appointment to end and then drive the person back. So they're paid 3 different ways. And the average is going to be $50 per trip. So it's going to the appointment as a trip, coming back trip. So that's $100 per round trip. So if you have 800 companies in Minnesota that are NEMT companies, they all own 20 vehicles, and they're all making 10 trips a day, and it's $50 per trip. So it's 800 times 20 times 10 trips times $50 a trip. Do the math. And the reality is, how many of these trips are being provided? 0. They don't have to provide any. Why?
Because all the companies they're providing the trips to are also fraudulent. Holy shit. Holy shit.
When they are paid by the state of Minnesota, these companies go online and they fill out a form, and it just says, okay, how many trips, how many miles. They submit that electronically to the state, and boom, they get paid. Nobody bothers to check. They don't call the dentist. Did this kid show up? They don't do anything. As soon as that form is filed with the state of Minnesota, that payment goes out immediately.
And so essentially, these transportation companies are what hold all of the fraud together, because you have the daycare centers working with the transportation companies, the adult daycare centers working with the transportation companies, the healthcare companies working with the transportation companies. So it's just another way to bill and to also make it look like something's happening here inside of Minnesota.
This is the belly of the beast. All of this fraud revolves around these transportation companies. All of it. This touches every part of fraud here in Minnesota.
And today we're going to go confront these people. We confronted them last time. There was no kids in any of the child care centers. And today, what do you
And
expect?
a lot of people were like, well, they're not going to let a YouTuber into the place where, you know, there's going to be kids and stuff. He's like, oh, I remember XQC talking about, he's like, oh, well, I'll take my kid out of there if a YouTuber was trying to get up in there and record. Here's the thing. The camera only swivels to their direction whenever people show up, and then they immediately try to block the door. And even if they didn't get let in, why don't you hear any kids? Why don't you hear any kids in the background at all? Ever. You never hear any kids whatsoever. They never try to hand you a pamphlet to sign up. They never hand you any paperwork to sign up. They tell you to leave. Something is obviously going on. I mean, that's why play locations are now being closed, and these people are being arrested and charged with fraud now, and have been charged with fraud. Like, they are in jail because of it.
To see.
I think we're going to see some vehicles because,
Here's the thing. I didn't like Nick Shirley's. Well, there's a lot of snow piled up on the vehicle. It happens every night. Look at the wheels. If you have a transportation company and the wheels aren't packed with snow, and it doesn't look like the wheels have been moved in a while, that's how you know. Look at the wheels. Don't worry about the snow on the vehicle. Worry about the wheels. Do the wheels have compacted snow all the way around the tire?
when I drive around the cities here, I see these Somalis driving, and mostly it's like a Plymouth Caravan or whatever, and there's never, ever been a passenger. And in 7 years, I've never seen a passenger in any of these vehicles. I've followed some of them. They're going to Costco, they're going to Sam's Club, they're going to Walmart. The driver gets out, goes in there, loads up a shopping cart, comes in, puts it in the van, and off they go back to where they live.
And now we're gonna go out and see what's happening with these transportation companies.
And here's the other thing. Tim Walz and the Department of Human Service, you threw the people of Minnesota under the bus. Shame on you, and I'm coming for you.
You heard it here first, David. All right, let's go.
Man's not messing around, bro.
So where's the first location we're going to?
The first location is a company called Safari Transportation,
Okay.
Cedar Avenue South in Minneapolis.
And so what makes Safari?
Transportation.
Filing date 2015.
Cedar Avenue South in Minneapolis.
And so what makes Safari Transportation Company an interesting transportation company?
Well,
Allegedly fraudulent.
well, the thing about Safari is that they've been registered since 2015 with the state of Minnesota as operating vehicles. And again, the national average for a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles. So if they've got 20 vehicles and they're at 607 Cedar Avenue, I have no idea where there's parking. I'm parking them because there is no parking anywhere near this office.
Really?
We've arrived to the transportation company.
So not only are they just saying they have the vehicles, they don't actually have them.
We're outside, and right there we have a Loving Arms adult daycare. All the windows are completely boarded out right there, and there's supposed to be
That's crazy.
a transportation company registered right here. It's 617, but it's a liquor store. Okay, so the location here
Wow.
is 607 and also 617. These are two transportation companies. We're on a main road right now, and this is 607, and it is not a transportation company.
The liquor
It's actually
store.
a money transfer, but it's registered here. 607. This does not look like Safari Transportation. Where is the transportation company?
I don't see any signs denoting that there's any transportation. It's all just looks like money wiring. But if you look at the Secretary
Is it that
of State's
door right
office,
there? Hold on. What is it? This
just,
door?
looks
Is it this door? That's what the thing is
like
supposed
money
to be.
wiring. But if you look at the Secretary of State's office, state of Minnesota, Safari Transportation, 607 Cedar Avenue, and it's been registered here since 2015. That was the original filing.
So let's see if we have the manager. Let's see if we can find FOD. Hello.
Oh my God! No way! No way!
We're looking for the transportation company.
Safari Transportation?
Looking for Safari Transportation.
No, there's no Safari Transportation here.
No Safari Transportation.
Safari Transportation,
Hey,
607 Cedar
sir.
Avenue.
We're just looking for Safari
We
Transportation.
don't know.
So, but this is registered for Safari.
Bro, how is it that they're looking for a transportation center, right? They walk into a money laundering place, right? Or a money place, not laundering, sorry, money place. And it's not just a money place, it's also it looks like a cleaners, like a dry cleaners. And the first people that are there are Somalian. Come on, guys.
Safari Transportation here.
No Safari Transportation.
Safari Transportation,
Hey,
607
Seriously?
Cedar Avenue.
We're just looking for Safari
We
Transportation.
don't know.
So, but this is registered for Safari Transportation
know.
That's the
607.
address.
Okay, we don't know.
We're asking where Safari
There's
Transportation
no,
is.
we don't know.
Did you
Okay,
see
so the
Fuad
business is
Omar?
not here.
Don't record.
Fuad Omar?
Fuad Omar.
We don't know. This, do you see this? What is this?
Money transferring.
That's it.
Okay,
Well, this
registered.
is from the state.
This is fraud taking place. This is supposed to say, this is for
Go
Safari
find out.
Transportation.
Go find out.
Yeah, we did find out. This is fraud right here.
Registered here
This is
since
registered.
2015. 2015? Safari Transportation.
How is it that they allow this? How do they not have people going around and checking these places to make sure they're legitimate? It's crazy.
Minnesota.
How has this been enabled?
Well, but it's registered now. This is current, just off the state of Minnesota website.
That's what I'm saying. We need to move there, get some of their free money, man. I mean, you got these Somalians living in these mansions, just collecting like daycare funds, bro. Like
From
what?
today. I just printed this off today. Fuad Omar.
Go check it out.
Man, go there, get like a big house, pay it off with them daycare funds, and then sell the house. Walk away with a couple million. You know what I'm saying? Like
Here, this is 607. We're
I could turn that into like a multi-million-dollar business right there, man.
Transportation.
Okay,
That's
no
crazy.
Safari, period.
How?
Okay, so it's a fraudulent business.
Did you see Safari anything here?
That's
Exactly.
crazy, man.
Exactly, it's not
Did you see
here.
it?
It's a
Did
fraud.
you see, sir?
Okay, thank you. We're gonna go to the next
Okay.
address.
See?
All right, let's keep moving on. So 607, this is supposed to be safari transportation.
Oh, it is. It literally says 607 Cedar Avenue as part of like the money transfer.
No transportation company. And now we're going to 617, another transportation company. However, it is actually Cedar Riverside Liquor. Where is the transportation company?
617.
617 right here.
Transfer.
What do you think the likelihood of them walking into the shop and it being Somalians is? What do you think the likelihood is?
For the state of Minnesota is registered to 617 Cedar Avenue South.
And it's a liquor store. David, they aren't even trying to hide that these
Yeah.
are transportation companies. Where are the vans at?
Should we ask?
Let's go ask.
Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't you ask?
Hey, we're looking for Dreamline Transportation.
Look at that. Look at that. Big surprise.
We're in 617, Dreamline Transportation.
No.
Where is the transportation company?
No, we don't have this
You
one.
ever heard of Safari Transportation?
Safari, I know Safari, that money wiring, 607.
The money wiring.
Yeah.
Okay, that's money wiring.
Yeah.
Safari
We're looking for
Transportation?
Safari
Maybe there.
Transportation.
607.
They said they never heard of it.
I never. Safari company, the money wiring, they send money there. That's the 607.
So Safari gets the money and then they wire it out.
Yeah, the money.
That man just said that Safari is actually a money wiring company, so therefore they're receiving money and then wiring it somewhere underneath the
Interesting.
transportation
So
company.
we said to go here.
Suite A right here. And then you have 617A right here, but this is reliable services, immigration, travel, and tax. I do not see a transportation company anywhere.
That's crazy. And you can't say that these places are closed. You can't say they're closed this time, bitch.
Hey,
They're walking into these
we're
places.
hoping to find Dreamline Transportation. You ever heard of it?
I've never heard of it. Ask next door.
He said to ask here. That you would know.
Ask next door. This is a mailbox. It's not a real call.
So, Dreamline Transportation.
Yeah, why are there mailboxes in here?
Nothing more than a mailbox. 834.
So it could be one of these mailboxes. Well,
Okay, see you later.
607
That's
Safari
crazy.
Transportation doesn't exist. It's actually a money wiring business. 617.
It's just straight up a mailbox. They're getting paid $8 million just to have a fucking mailbox? Bro, we doing things wrong in life. Hold on.
line inside of there.
What?
It's actually a liquor store, and then 617A.
Oh, how's it
is
going? 8
A place
minutes
where there's a bunch
late.
of mailboxes, and it says reliable
London, huh, bro?
TT service.
Bro, you cooking over there,
How you
man.
doing, man?
I just want to ask you,
Yes, sir.
Oh, no way, they got followed.
why are you sensationalizing the propaganda?
What are we
to-
sensationalizing?
To attack our community. What's your final objective?
We're
Are
not
you-
attacking your
are you-
community by any means.
Are you making
We're
good money
looking-
from this?
We're looking for fraud.
No, I'm
For
not.
instance, can you answer our question? Where's Safari Transportation Company 607?
second.
It's not there.
How
and why
much-
don't you answer?
How much money are
Why don't you
you?
answer the
how much
question?
money
Where's
are you
617
making?
Dreamline Security?
How much money are you making?
I make
off
money
of
off
this?
of YouTube. That's how I make my money.
Exactly. So you're making money off of sensationalizing
That my job
and attacking the
is.
Somali community.
I'm not attacking you guys. We're asking.
I'll tell you the
fraud is
reason why.
fraud.
It's obvious that the Somali community has no idea what's going on. They were brought here and told that they could make a lot of money if they do this thing, and they're doing it. And the thing is that it's been illegal since day one, and they probably didn't even realize it. Like, it's probably not even their fault that they're doing it, because the people that brought them over were like, "Oh yeah, do this thing, make a lot of money, you'll thrive." And well,
Sir.
happening. All right. Let me
David,
tell you the reason why
fraud
you're
is fraud,
attacking
correct?
Yes.
This has nothing to do.
Oh, yeah,
with
absolutely.
Race. This is fraud.
this.
Is
This
fraud.
absolutely has to do with us being Muslim.
if you see these guys wearing this stuff, they're his security. I think he did this video right after the other one. These are security. He had to hire a security team for this one.
No, it does
Just in
not.
case.
All right, and us being from Africa, this is a constitutional argument. If you don't want us here, change the freedom of religion. Say, listen, we don't want Muslims in this country anymore.
We're not saying that.
No.
We're not
Because
saying that.
when I go
Sir,
onto
we're
your
talking
comments,
about fraud. You're talking.
when I go onto your comments,
My comments
what
aren't
I see
me.
is people that say we
What his comments say he doesn't control, unless he like bans people for saying certain slurs and stuff.
not want Muslims here. Kick every single Muslim in Minnesota out of Minnesota.
That's a comment.
You are listen.
That's not what I'm saying.
You're preparing for the Somali community to maybe be taken to concentration camps. Just like the Japanese.
Bro, there ain't no concentration camps. Shut the fuck up. There haven't been concentration camps in over 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, who knows how long. Concentration camps were like World War I and II kind of stuff, man. Shut the fuck up with that. You bunch of fucking, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about at all.
You're sensationalizing.
No, we're not.
All right,
Sir,
something that
answer
can
the
listen.
question. Where
That's something
where
that can,
is the transportation
something
vehicle
that can,
Like that dude, that older man that you don't really see right now, he's on to something. I wonder how many times, like, he did say that he got beat up by a bunch of the Somalians, that they, like, caught him whenever he was not aware or whatever, and a bunch of them ganged up on him and beat him up. So I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do the same thing to Nick now.
Answer the question.
Safety and the protection of the Somali community.
Why can't you be this angry at all the Somalians committing fraud? I'm sure there are actual Somalians that want to do the right thing and have jobs that work 9 to 5s. Why aren't you getting more mad at all this fraud and all the Somalians committing this fraud? Why are you attacking Nick Shirley for shining a light into a dark space? Come on. Let's be reasonable here.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not physically touching
You're getting very close.
Yeah, I would have had security step in long before. Like, I wouldn't have even sat here and listened to this. You can't sit here and try to, like, talk to these people, bro. They're not going to listen to you. They don't care. They don't care what you think and feel.
This is fraud. We're talking about fraud. You're defending fraud. You're defending fraud. You're defending fraud.
People who hate Muslims want us out of here.
People can say what they want.
Muslim.
I'm not censoring.
That's part of the Constitution, jackass. You're sitting there trying to preach the Constitution. Yeah, last time I checked, freedom of speech was part of the Constitution.
Using your material. Islamophobes use your material. People
who cares?
Who hate Islam use your material. Say to us, we don't want you here. Change the Constitution.
Yeah, that's enough of that.
But guess what?
Just get him out of here, man. Just get him out of here. Enough of that.
We're asking about fraud.
You hate Muslims.
I'm not saying I hate Muslims. We're talking about fraud. We're talking about fraud.
Why are you attacking us?
This
are we
is
the
fraud.
only community that suffers because of fraud?
We're talking about fraud.
Are we the only community that does fraud? Are we the only community that does this?
Look, there's another one.
There's what, 300 Somali providers in all of Minnesota?
There's actually 800.
Don't keep talking.
So,
you speak
transportation
English?
companies.
Your security doesn't even speak English. Listen, let me tell you something.
See, this isn't a race issue, sir.
Listen, let me
this is about fraud.
We have, what, 1,000 providers?
Yeah, you guys have a...
Even it's 2,000 providers.
Okay,
you want to sacrifice the safety of 80,000 people
we're not
because of fucking 2,000 providers?
You know what's crazy? Is they've stolen so much money from Minnesota and American people that their GDP, like Somali's GDP has gone up so much, they're no longer within the reason of, like, their temporary citizenship. By law, they have to go back because their country has made so much profit just alone by themselves that they no longer fall under third world country citizenship, like fleeing their country. That's the crazy part. They've made so much money off of Americans. They're no longer, like, they're the American, like, law for people running or fleeing countries is no longer applicable to them. That's how much money they have like stolen from Americans.
Are
Exactly.
you f***ing mad? Are you stupid?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid. Where's the transportation company?
What about if a mass shooting happens in Minnesota? It will be because of you. It will be because of
Ain't
you.
gonna be no mass shooting in Minnesota. Ain't nobody trying to shoot up no Muslims. Shut the fuck up, loser. You loser.
If any Somali
You a loser. You about to get deported.
in Minnesota.
You getting deported, bitch. Bro, how is this still going? Come on. Let's move on from this.
Fighting a race.
Well, and this
Each business is operating with an average $1 million in gross revenue, and with those 2 locations alone, there's over $2.6 million in estimated fraud.
All right, we're going to the next location.
Remember, though, Tim Walz called this guy a political, or he called him a Republican or far left, or I don't even know what the fuck it is. YouTuber, right? Just to discredit him. Yet Tim Walz isn't even running for re-election because he knows he's cooked.
What's interesting, Nick, is that one of the places we just visited, the 617 Cedar Avenue South, that's for Dreamline Transportation. That's the address listed with the state of Minnesota. But The place that we're going right now is going to have vans that say Dreamline Transportation on them, but they haven't moved in months and months. You'll see they're covered with snow.
Okay, so yeah, I don't really care about the snow. Do the wheels have compacted snow in them? That's how you know if they've moved.
No tire tracks.
He should chalk line those tires. He should.
And so
what he should do is whenever he gets the time, he should chalk line all of these vehicles. You know, like draw chalk on the wheel and then onto the pavement in a line. And if he ever visits that place and he sees that, you know, you wipe away the snow or whatever, and you see, and you should do this during the winter. The winter is the best time to do it because the snow's going to cover everything up. Look and see if that chalk line still lines up. That's how you'll know if they've moved or not. Chalk line these wheels, man.
why are they using this address? And all that was in there was a liquor store. And he told us to talk to the guy next door, and those were all just...
You'll blow the lid on this wide open. Nick Shirley, if you hear this, tell your informant to go to these places during the winter, probably right around now, and chalk line these wheels from the side of the wheel, the black rubber onto the concrete, make it a straight line, cover it with snow, come back the next day. Take pictures of every single vehicle. Do the exact same thing to every vehicle. You will blow the lid on this even wider because you will debunk so many people.
And then the guy next door said, go talk to him. I said, we just talked to him. Obviously, the cover up, and you see how they all stick together, and it's all this intimidation. And thank God we had the security we did there, because that would have been
Muslims
bad.
said they are
Now
peaceful.
outside of
Doesn't no, it doesn't look
transportation
peaceful.
vehicle company right here.
Yeah,
I
so
wouldn't
you
say that it's Muslims. Dude, that hasn't moved in forever. There's ice on the bottom of it. Look. You know how long a vehicle has to be sitting for the snow to melt and then grow icicles like that constantly? Like this shit's almost to the ground. There's no fucking there's no, like, the snow is piled up on the side of the tire, in the tire. Like, these vehicles haven't moved in forever. There's no ice or snow compacted into the tires. Like, what? That's kind of crazy. Like, these vehicles have been sitting here so long that the mirrors have frosted over with ice. Oh, but you know, like, that happens every night. No, dude, not like that. You've got layers of ice. You can see how it's like, you see, like, usually whenever you go outside, you have a thin layer of ice. But, like, this is like, it, like, you can even see it, like, usually you don't have dimples in the ice like that. You don't have, like, crusted on like that. And then the fact that it has icicles too, like, that's crazy.
See, these are the vans that say Dreamline. You can see the sticker on the window and the numbers on the
He needs
rear.
to chalk line these. He needs to go to each one of these. Like, this one doesn't even have a tail light. He needs to go to these and he needs to chalk line them and then chalk line like on the side of the concrete. That's how police officers usually give you tickets. They'll chalk line your tire and then the pavement, and they'll see if you've moved, and they come back in a couple hours, right? That's usually how they get you.
None of these vehicles have moved in 8 months. I've been taking date stamp photos. All these vehicles are in the exact same spot they were 8 months ago. And look, there's no tire tracks, so they haven't moved.
And this van as well, this is Dreamline. Dreamline was the location where we got chased out from the Somalis on 617 Cedar.
He's
and
right.
This is a vehicle from Dreamline that actually didn't even exist. It was a liquor store, and now it's here, and the vans haven't moved at all. Literally, no vans and no tire tracks anywhere. If these vans are being used to transport people, whether it be healthcare, childcare, there would be snow tracks. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 vehicles here. No snow
Yeah, there's
tracks
not even footsteps going into the cars either.
anywhere. these vehicles.
Some
are
of these
not
have snow tracks.
used, and these transportation companies are making lots of money. Meanwhile, there's actually nothing to show for. Here's all of the vehicles right here. And the vehicles that are coming in and out, like this Toyota.
I wonder if someone were to go and steal one of these vehicles, if they'd ever even notice it was gone, you know?
It does not have anything to do with transportation company because there's no stickers on it and there's snow tracks. But the vehicles that are supposed to be used for transportation are literally locked in. Snow is building, icicles. No one's even came out to remove the snow off the window. These transportation vehicles are not moving. And then right here, David has more paperwork for Silver Mountain. And there's 3 different companies in the same address.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
when we talk about how all these companies are intertwined, this is a perfect example of that.
And this is why these transportation companies are so essential to the fraud in Minnesota, because they allow the fraud to be supported, as the majority of the fraud is from welfare programs like daycares, autism centers, and adult daycares, and healthcare services. They need to leave a paper trail to make it look like something is
If you
happening.
think that nothing's going on here, you're crazy. Man, you've got to be on some next level copium to think that this isn't fraud. Or something's going on here.
Use these transportation companies to create that paper trail by saying they are moving people from an adult daycare to a healthcare provider, for example, but they actually never provide the service at the healthcare provider. But that paper trail allows them to continue to bill the state for the money, and everyone gets paid. That's why this fraud is so deep and hard to dismantle, because quite literally everyone is
Bro, it looks like a
involved.
damn spider web. Holy crap, that looks
It's
crazy.
all because the state of Minnesota never checks.
All right, so this is actually the location for Silver Mountain Inc., LLC, and Co. Let's see if any... Yes, we're wondering where Silver Mountain.
Silver Mountain?
Silver Mountain.
Oh, I don't know that. Where it is.
It says
Another
27
Somalian.
22 Park Avenue.
Huh.
Where
Is
is...
Silver Mountain here?
Silver Mountain. You don't have a permission to do that.
Okay,
You
so
were
Silver
ju-
Mountain does not exist.
You were
No, the name,
doing.
the
I don't
name's
give a
not,
shit.
the name's
I
not
don't-
Silver Mountain, it's just Silver Mountain
Don't
Home
ask me
Health
that.
Care.
When you come.
All right,
So
sir.
Silver
Well,
Mountain-
so
It's
Silver,
another way
so
that's
Silver
the
Mountain
way
does
to
not
make a
exist.
business.
27,
You're making a
22
business.
Park
You
Avenue.
have millions of people watching you.
Silver
You're making
Mountain.
business to
Okay,
600
sir.
people.
27, 20.
You have millions of people watching right
Yes.
now. Where is Silver Mountain
I don't
Home
know where
Health Care?
Silver Mountain is.
Okay, well that's what we're
But
looking for. All right, we're
me
moving on.
sitting there-
So Silver Mountain does not exist.
Oh, that's why he's got the security team. I think Nick Shirley's doing a fantastic job. I hope he uncovers this fraud all across the country. I hope he makes billions doing it. He deserves it. He's doing a great job, bro.
David, we're just simply asking for where is Silver Mountain? Home
Yeah,
Health
they're
Care?
not even being confrontational. They just keep asking the same question. Where is this place? Where is it at? Why are you getting money for doing this?
Hey, these
Like,
companies. I mean, this is shocking.
not a single one of them either. Like, all the places they visit, not a single
They're
one.
supposed to be in that building, and he's never heard of them. He doesn't know anything about them.
And look, so
And then they try to run you out, too. And you know what's really crazy? You know these places are connected because, here's why they're all connected. Because they all know who Nick Shirley is. That's the crazy thing.
It's there, right there, Somali Senior Center and Adult Day Services, a daycare right there. All these welfare companies.
Yeah, look at
are on
all
same-
the fucking daycares around these places too. They literally cause a spiderweb network around them. That's crazy.
But their businesses, that business didn't even exist.
It's all fraud. All of it.
So right there is a transportation company, no passenger, just a driver. How come you think when it comes time to take accountability for what's happening, or just to answer simple questions about the fraud, they can't answer?
Well, I think their reaction tells you all you need to know. The reaction is so violent that if there was no fraud going on, they would say, what are you talking about? They would have a civil conversation, but they can't because they know we're shining the light on the fraud, and they have
Yeah,
no
why else would they be violent? Why else would they be so quick to start yelling and screaming and cursing at you unless they know they just got caught doing something
defense.
like...
So in their mind, being loud and using profanity is their only defense.
Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to give them the opportunity to say where are the transportation, why they don't have their vehicles here, other than if they are out driving right now. And what's the story behind this business?
Well, this business is new as of March of 2024.
Oh,
It's Muhammad Malim is the registered agent for 713 Minnehaha Avenue East.
you know, I could understand if it was like he's only showing the Somali people and there are other businesses. Don't you think it's a little hard to do that if like every business they're going to just so happens to be Somalian?
David headed into this building, however, the owner was not there.
We're here at the suite of Epimonnia Transport LLC. There's actually not even a sign here. And anyone here, it looks like there's a guy over here. Let's see if we can talk to him really quick. Do you know about Epimonnia Transport here?
So there was a transportation company here in 305 for a long time, even before I joined the building a few years ago. He's never really here. I've seen the office a couple times. There's barely anything in there but a couch. And then I see him maybe twice a month so.
And there's no transport vehicles outside. Massive parking lot, but no transport.
I've never seen one. I've been here for 3 years and I'm always here.
You know what's crazy is now that Nick Shirley's talked up about this, people are seeing him whenever he does his investigation and they're walking over and relaying the information that they need to relay to further the investigation, dude. Like, W people, seriously.
I'm a workaholic. I'm just nonstop here, so I know everybody in the building, and this specific space here is probably the most sketchy out of any other business here. Everyone else is here, they're friendlier. He just pops in and out.
And for instance, this guy Muhammad, he should have his business in 308. There should be transportation vehicles outside. There's nothing.
That's weird that you say 308 because he's always been in 305 for the last 3 years.
That's so
Wow, so
weird.
he's even lying on his public records with the government.
I would assume if he was to make and doing fraud, it makes
He
sense
even
to
knows the guy's name.
switch it up and throw people off track. It would be the first thing somebody would do, I would think.
So since the fraud has started to be exposed, Muhammad has left the scene, and that guy just said, he confirmed that there has never even been transportation.
Bro, it's crazy these people making all that money and they not even doing anything. People could work almost their entire lives and never hit 5.2 mil. And they just raking that shit in on a yearly basis.
Vehicles outside. So Muhammad
We doing it the wrong way, Nigel. We doing it the wrong damn way, brother.
completely left the scene. He's nowhere to be found, and this
Bro.
parking lot, massive parking lot, actually never even had any transport vehicles, according to the guy who lived or had his office next to Muhammad. How quick do you think the fraud would dry out here in Minnesota if they were to cut out the transportation side of the fraud?
I think it would have a massive effect, and that the signal that would send would let people know the party's over.
Because if me and you were
It
going to the
is.
doctor,
It's been over since Trump got into office. Nick Shirley blowing the lid off of this is just like the icing on the cake.
we either have to find a family member, drive ourselves, or pay for an Uber. How come they even have this set up?
Yeah, I tried to arrange a ride with one of these Somali transportation
Dude, does that mean that Uber and Lyft are using these transportation funds as well? Because they provide a transportation service? That's crazy.
companies. They said they were all full. So now we're at 2833 13th Avenue South in Minneapolis, and there's supposed to be a non-emergency medical transportation company here called Advance Mobility Incorporated. And what's interesting about this company is that state records show that it first registered with the state of Minnesota in 1999.
They
Damn!
have been in business for over 26 years.
Yes, correct.
And
So
we're going to go inside.
they must have a lot of vehicles.
So this is Advanced Mobility 2833, boarded up. All these windows are covered right here. We're gonna see if we can go inside.
Damn, he's already in the front
There's
door.
a bunch of shops in here. We have money transferring shop. We got
Another
clothes
money transfer shop.
here. There's a coffee shop. Let's see if Advanced Mobility
Somalians, look at that. Another clothing store.
prices.
Bro, it's like a whole underground network.
Mobility here?
You know 224?
I don't think you guys are allowed to record it.
Do you know where advanced mobility is?
Suite 224?
She's recording over there, so. Suite 224. Do you guys know where advanced mobility is? Do you guys know where advanced mobility is? Advanced mobility? Yeah, we're looking for it. Never heard of it? What is this?
Bro, look at this place. This looks like an entire shopping center. It's like a whole shopping center. They even have like products from like foreign countries in here. What the fuck is this? This is crazy.
Ever heard of it?
It's literally like an underground like shopping mall.
Oh, my name is Nick Shirley. We're just looking for advanced mobility. Where's advanced mobility at?
We don't care about advanced mobility.
That's what we're asking for. All right, we're looking for advanced mobility. Nobody can help us right now. We got a whole group of people trying to.
They're literally like stores, man. There's stores in here.
We're looking for advanced mobility.
What the fuck?
Advanced mobility.
What is this?
Get out. You need to get out. You need to get out. Get out.
Right?
Now they're pushing us out of here.
Get out.
Where's advanced mobility at?
We don't care about advanced mobility.
That's what we're.
Bro, look, they even have like little like food centers and stuff. They got like a shake shop. What the fuck? Bro, look, there's like small businesses and everything in here. It's like a whole damn community in there.
So advanced mobility is not anywhere here. We're leaving, sir. Would you like to give a statement on what's happening here in Minnesota?
You make stuff up. This is a lie. I don't care. Who do you work for? Who do you work for? No, who do you?
You can't ask who he works for to have the government shut it down because he doesn't work for anybody.
Nick Shirley. Who do you work
This
for?
is Nick Shirley, sir.
I don't care about Nick Shirley. That's you.
Yes, sir.
But who do you work for?
For Nick Shirley.
I don't
Bro, they trying to figure out who the old man works for. They trying to figure out how he figured it out.
care about Nick Shirley.
That's who he's working for today. Nick
Watch, come to find out he's like a government agent that was being tasked by Trump to like locate a random YouTuber that does this kind of stuff to blow the lid off to get Tim Walz out of office to fix the entire problem.
This is from the state of Minnesota.
We don't care about that. Get out of here.
And see, you guys say I can't film, but look at you guys filming. You can do that. You can film here.
Yeah, you better damn well be able to film there if taxpayer dollars are paying for that.
Mobility doesn't exist.
Well, so what was interesting was we walked in there, and on the state's website, it says it's in Suite 224, but it's a one-story building.
So they've been doing that since like 95, 90 something, right? How is it that little center has been there for so long? It's like they've literally built a community right there. It's insane. They've gotten so comfortable just taking taxpayer dollars.
Suites had the number 2 on them. It doesn't exist. And it's been registered since 1999, and it doesn't exist.
Yeah, 1999.
All right, next location. David, where are we at?
We're at what's called Ray's, R-A-Y-Z Transportation, LLC.
And this is Ray's Transportation. We're on a street. There's no parking lot for any transportation vehicles. We'll see what happens. This is the address for Ray's Transportation. Let's see if anybody is here. Is Ray's Transportation here, sir?
I don't know. Transportation place. There's no transportation places here.
Security.
Okay, well,
It's just Ray's.
Healthcare places.
R-A-Y-Z.
well, I think it's confirmed they're not here, David. So it's confirmed that Ray Transportation, all of these transportation companies
Don't
they're
exist.
kind of like ghost companies. They exist on paper, but they don't actually exist in person. Would you like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
And what's your message to Tim Walz?
Make a change, because there's definitely, even when it comes down to like the kids and stuff, there's definitely stuff that like we need spaces for the things that are going on that they're not doing. We need these type of spaces for it. Now this is some crazy stuff. But I'm glad that you bring a light to it. It is a crazy, interesting.
And that's what's crazier about it is like you can ask anybody that lives there, and they all say the same thing. They know something's going on. They just don't know what.
Situation.
Hey, what's up? Hey,
Hey.
You keep The false narrative that you be going on is a nonsense.
You should get in your car because
you should not be doing that, right? You are creating misinformation. This is not fair. It's not fair for the American people to be doing that. It's not fair.
For calling you out for stealing. Dude, even the guy that he's interviewing is stepping in front of Nick. You see that? You see that? You see him stepping in front of Nick? You see that?
It's not
Bro's
fair.
not about to let that happen. That Minnesota not about to let that happen. He's like, nah, man, you ain't
You're
doing
not
that.
being fair.
You see that?
Woo! You're not being fair.
Yeah,
you cannot come into the community and be doing that.
So we shouldn't allow fraud to be happening, right?
Let the legal system do its job.
Well, it's failed.
We got a governor. We got a attorney general. Let them do the job. You're not in a position to do the job. You're not a prosecutor. If you want to run for office, go ahead, run for office.
Yeah, but that's the crazy thing is that he doesn't have to be a prosecutor. He also doesn't have to work for a place like Fox News to make sure that people like you either end up getting deported or put in jail for illegal activity, like what happened to all them Somalians and all those businesses that got shut down. The Leering Center is no longer a place. It's gonzo. They getting shut down. They getting run out of the country, man. And then on February 1st, you'll all gonna be illegal immigrants if y'all stay here. It's over. It's cooked. You're done. On February 1st, bro. That's it.
Misinformation. This is the information.
How is it misinformation, sir? It's from the
This is what you're doing.
state
you're
of
coming
Minnesota.
You're coming everywhere. Where you coming from?
That's a fire truck. That's a fire truck, boy.
You see what I mean? We're talking about the facts that's happening here.
You can't. It's Southside. It's my turf. Get it.
Sir, so we were just having a civil conversation. That guy hopped out of his car in the middle of the road. In the middle of the road about the fraud that's happening. And he's saying that I'm the bad guy for showing light of what's happening here.
They're passionate. They're passionate people. They don't want this type of stuff. Either
Oh, look, another one. Look, there's another one.
to be brought to light. So that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna come. It's a very tight knit community.
You saw it firsthand how crazy it gets out here. He hopped out in the middle of the intersection. So this isn't about race. You're a black guy. They're black, right? We don't have no ill feelings towards you by any means. We're talking about the fraud that's happening. So God bless you, sir.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit what race they are?
Why are we doing this?
So we're doing this, A, because it's the right thing to do. The people of Minnesota and the people of America want this done. Fraud is fraud. And when we try and talk with these people and say, look, the main reason we're doing this is to find out why are all these checks being written by the state of Minnesota for companies that don't even exist. That's what we're trying to figure out. It's not a race issue. It's a fraud issue, and fraud is fraud.
And so what most people don't understand about this fraud is it is literally in the entire state of Minnesota. It's not just in one part of Minneapolis.
Right, and so
transportation, we have no vans outside right now. Does not look like any vans are outside. Let's go inside, see if Crescent Transportation exists.
Crescent
Here
Transportation.
we are, and it's an apartment complex. There's no sign
No
of
shot.
any Crescent Transportation Company. Once again, another fraudulent business.
That's
where They don't
crazy.
even have a storefront to show where they're at. This is an apartment complex.
That's
So
actually
this is
kind
an
of a nice looking
complex
apartment complex.
And have you ever seen Crescent Transportation out here?
Nope.
And what do you think about the fraud taking place here in Minnesota?
I'm a taxpayer. I don't like it.
What's your message?
Amen to that. Yes, sir.
Prosecute their ass. Take them to jail.
And how do you feel knowing that, for instance, right here, a transportation company that receives money from the government is not even here? It's the apartment complex.
I just said, I don't like it. I'm a taxpayer. I work hard for my money.
Amen.
If I hear fraud, they should go to jail.
And should Tim Walz go to jail?
Oh, he cricket too, huh? All them cricket, all the politicians. My daddy ain't never liked none of them.
So that right there just confirmed that this is an apartment complex.
right, and so the cities have specific rules governing operating businesses out of apartments. They do not allow transportation companies to park vehicles in an apartment parking lot. None of the cities in the Twin Cities allow that.
Because even if you were to be running a transportation company out of your apartment, there's nowhere to park the cars.
Well, where are they?
Yeah, there is none.
There aren't
There's
any.
no. I love how like the debunking thing was like, an ex said a lot is like, oh, cars build up, snow builds up on cars all the time, da 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 da, and it's like, you're running a transportation company with no fucking cars, bro. Like, how can you possibly defend that? Come on.
See anything with Crescent on it anywhere.
More fraud taking place here.
So this is called Hopkins Child Care Center.
You know what makes me wonder how many people are like this in a lot of the like states in the country where they just have one dude or one girl that goes out of their way and just digs into things and finds things they shouldn't, and they just don't have a platform or a voice in which to get the information out to. Because, like, if he had made a YouTube channel and published this, he wouldn't have gotten any views whatsoever. But because Nick Shirley already had a platform with views, it's just boom out.
Facility is licensed to hold 118 children, so this should be a really big facility.
That should be a massive facility.
Alone, they have received $2.25 million from the state of Minnesota.
Damn.
And last year, they received $1.92 million.
This is per yearly basis they're getting all this money. Bro, like, you gotta be kidding me.
Minnesota.
And then you got, like, recently the Minneapolis planes got stopped. Or they had been under investigation for a long time. And they had been finding, like, Somalian passengers or, like, passengers in general that had millions of dollars worth of, like, money in bags, like in Ziploc bags inside of their luggage. It just never ends.
This facility, in the past 5 years, has been in the top 10 for the most money received from the state of Minnesota.
Like, we're talking, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Plenty of children. There should be footprints of children walking in and out.
This should be a very busy place, yes.
So this right
118
here
kids is a lot of kids.
Child Care Center. They're receiving over $2 million a year. All of the windows are completely blacked
You don't
out.
find it odd that it's like every time they go to these places, they're always blacked out. You can never see inside of any of these places. You don't find that odd at all. Like, how could you possibly watch Nick Shirley's videos and not think that something is going on?
No footprints anywhere going into the store.
There's not even a schedule for when they're supposed to be open.
And it's locked. Midday right now. This is the back side of the daycare. Ringing the doorbell right now.
The lights are on.
See if anybody comes. Hello, sir. How are you doing? How are you doing? Yes, sir.
Ring doorbell for deliveries.
Get out! This is our business.
Oh, damn.
We don't care what you do on the parking lot. Go this side. This is private.
I can be here in the parking lot.
No, you don't be here.
Wait,
What
can
are
we
you
ask
looking
you
for?
It's a parking lot.
Here, it's all right. It's all right. Can we ask you about the daycare?
No. I don't care, Ken.
Sir, I'm not racist.
You have to live here.
I'm asking
No. You don't ask me nothing. man.
$2.25 million.
Get out, you guys. Get out. Get out.
$2.5 million.
Get out.
This is a business.
Get out, hey. Get out. What are you looking for?
We're asking. We just want to
Get out.
We just want to ask you about $2.25 million.
Get out.
You say,
Get out.
out of here, man.
This is a shit show, man. This is a shit show.
Get out.
Jesus.
Get out. No, you cannot. You cannot do that.
Where?
Get out.
This is.
Get out. Man. No. Get lost. Get out. No.
Sir.
You have to get out. This is our property. Get out.
Why?
Get out.
Can I ask you about the daycare? I have the paperwork right here.
No. Get out.
What's the need
Get
for
out.
$2.25 million for a
I'm telling
daycare?
you, get out. Get
Can
out.
you answer the question?
Get out. No, I don't ask. Get out. Guys.
Prince in the
It's crazy, man.
Just answer the question.
No.
Just answer
Get
the
out.
question.
No.
Simple questions. Millions of people are watching right now.
They came out with guns blazing. All we want to know is where are the children? 118 children, no footprints in the snow. All of their vehicles were sitting there with 2 feet of snow on them. They haven't moved in months.
The windows are all blacked out.
Yeah.
It's the same thing at all these daycares. 4 men came out. Yet they couldn't answer the simple question. We had it right here.
You know what's another thing that I'd like to bring up? I don't know how it is nowadays, but whenever I was growing up, whenever I went to daycares, like, well, my mom worked at one, so it was free for me to go. You notice how it's like all women for the most part? You never see any dudes. Yet at all these daycares, there's nothing but like Somali men for the most part. You don't find that fucking odd at all? Like, I don't think I've ever, like, I just thought about that. I was like, I don't think I've ever been to a daycare where there was a guy, period. Like, it was all women. That doesn't strike you as odd at all?
118 children. $2.25 million this year.
Welcome to Minnesota.
Now this daycare center, how much money has this one received?
So this daycare. This child care center is called Proud Child Care Center, and it's in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, which is a very high income area. It's a further out suburb from Minneapolis.
Enroll a child. I have a son named Joey.
Who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Where you come from?
Yeah, I'm just coming out and seeing if I could enroll my child, Joey. We just want to get a statement as to why this daycare needs $1.26 million, and if it's even possible to enroll somebody like my child.
They go back to the Leering Center?
You guys can't give a clear statement or fraud, as now it had been confirmed.
Oh my God, they have shirts. Bro, I didn't even realize they had shirts. Oh my God, these hoodies are beast mode. Oh my fucking God, he made hoodies. No shot, bro. Quality Leering Center.
down, and now they're shuffling children into the daycare.
No shot.
Brown said this facility was closed.
Bro, they showed up to the Quality Leering Center wearing better shirts.
And now, magically, it's full of cars. So how can it be closed if people are coming and going?
Fraud. Why do you have everybody?
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, this is the owner right here.
They can record. We just need to off the property.
You guys can record. So how can they?
Yeah, supposedly this place was closed. Look at the sign. Look at the sign. Look at the sign. Oh my God, you can see the leering through the fucking paint. No shot. Bro, what is this? Dude. Oh my God. Yeah, supposedly this place has been closed down. How are there people coming and going? What? What did you just do? You just closed it, brought it up with a new name?
It was closed.
Bro, you might as well just take that sign down back there. That's embarrassing.
We're trying to speak to the owner. They won't even answer a simple question. Look, now he's going inside.
Sir, don't run though. It looks suspicious when you run, brother. And you can smile, but bro.
Sir, I'm right here.
He's right here to speak to you.
I'm right here.
Don't do that.
Damn, there's other people. There are other people on the sidewalk now. There are other people that are recording it, bro. They all want to know, where's the money going, buddy? You get that big old shit-eating grin, your ass is cooked.
Oh,
you can't defend the fraud.
Oh, come on. At the daycare not at the daycare doing the middle finger, though.
Yeah, that's right. They in front of a daycare.
Cameras on. Now, both of these people have interesting ties with politicians inside of Minnesota.
Really?
For instance, the man who's running the daycare, he was celebrating with Mayor Fry.
Oh, look, there he is.
Re-election of mayor inside of Minneapolis. And then this lady right here seems to be a friend of Ilhan Omar, as she has photos with her outside of the restaurant.
Oh,
and she also has
shit.
videos of her giving a tour to a separate
What did I say? What did I fucking say was going on? I fucking said it, bro.
Here to Mayor Fry. It really makes you wonder why these politicians haven't fought against the fraud, knowing that it's happened in locations like Quality Leering Center.
That's crazy.
Meanwhile, they're taking photos and celebrating with them at events. What's your message, people, about the fraud here in Minnesota?
This is part of the cover-up. They're trying to cover
I
their
bet
tracks.
it all comes to a head right there at the Quality. Look in the background. Look in the background. Look.
Minnesota.
Look her in her car.
The cover-up. They're trying to cover their tracks. So let me say this on camera. If you can prove that any of the information that I have here is false, I'll give you $100,000 cash.
Okay.
If any of it's false or inaccurate in any way, anybody want to take me up? And if you can't prove it, you have to give me $100. 100%.
Damn, I wonder if that place stays like that constantly now. They just have people outside recording it.
I'll give you $100,000 if you can disprove my information.
See, they all went silent. Silent.
Yeah, that place. A lot of people know about that Leering Center now, boy.
Anybody? Your $100 versus my $100,000 cash.
They're all silent. What do you think about the fraud here? Hey,
The fraud here in Minnesota, I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy. Like, what do you mean specifically? What do you mean?
Yeah, how do you feel about this daycare, for instance, receiving $1.9 million? And they couldn't even spell learning right. They spelled leering.
Hey, man, Somalis, they're an interesting creature. I'm not gonna lie, I can't say too much. I'm already too hot. But, I mean, Tim Waltz, you gotta solve this stuff. Minnesota really cracked down on this because they've been doing this for years. So.
Should Tim Waltz be prosecuted?
Hell yeah.
And at this point, you're probably wondering where all the millions and billions of dollars has gone.
Please tell me he shows the planes, please.
It's been well tracked that a lot of the money, millions, hundreds
My man, Nick Shirley!
of millions of dollars has been funneled through TSA at the airport inside of Minnesota. It's been well tracked and documented. Even in 2017, there was reports coming from the local Fox News station, and I was actually able to meet up
Bro,
with
the signs have always been there. They just didn't know how bad it was.
a whistleblower who used to work as an agent at TSA on the side of narcotics, and he saw millions of dollars go through TSA.
And what
It's a whistleblower, bro. Let's go.
As an agent at TSA, and I was actually able to meet up with a whistleblower who used to work as an agent at TSA on the side of narcotics, and he saw millions of dollars go through TSA.
And what kind of fraud did you see take place here in Minnesota?
So I worked for the airport police for 31 years. 24 of those years I worked in narcotics at MSP Airport. And
it's Minneapolis Airport.
My recollection was from about 2015-16 to 2021 when I retired. I would get emails from our dispatch saying like 2 male Somali descent individuals. They would give us their names. They claimed the cash, that they had a large amount of cash at the checkpoints. We'd get all this information in an email, and I believe they would send it right away. So TSA would contact our dispatch telling us this, then our dispatch would relay the info via email to us.
And how much was the money?
The money, the smallest amount in a suitcase that I heard was like $750,000. But generally,
holy shit,
it was anywhere from $1 million to $6 million in a suitcase. And there usually was, as far as I can remember, there was always 2 individuals traveling. So you would have maybe one guy with 2.2 million and another guy with 3 million. And
at airports, you're able to take $10,000 without declaring it. How are these guys able to take millions of dollars?
Because as far as I know, as long as they declared it, they were fine. So then TSA would contact HSI and Customs, and I'm sure they got the information. We got the information. My administration knew about it, and I trust that they sent that on to higher state officials on this, but nothing was ever done the whole time I was there. I talked to one individual. We were going after narcotic cash leaving the airport. This was always fraud. We had no nexus to that this cash was related to narcotics. So our hands were kind of tied. We couldn't do a whole lot.
How do you suspect these Somalians had millions of dollars to move in an airport?
We would rack our heads all the time, like, where are they getting this? Where in the world are they getting this money? And I had heard about these daycares and whatnot, but I mean, I thought at the time, okay, maybe they had 10 daycares, but apparently they have a lot more than that. We were all just racking our heads trying to figure this out.
So you openly saw just millions of dollars get moved through these airports.
I saw one time, I saw an open suitcase with the cash because we were looking into seeing if it was narcotics related, which it was not.
How much money do you think moved through the airport in your time?
Millions, literally millions and millions. I mean, we're talking for a good 5-6 years, you're talking I don't know, 5 to 6 million a week. It
That's
would happen twice a
insane.
week. You would get twice a week where there would be somebody flying, 2 people flying out with $1 to 2 to 3 to 4 or $5 million twice a week, every week, without fail.
And where were those people traveling to?
So this is the word I got, that they would fly to Atlanta, take a flight from Atlanta to Dubai, and then apparently what I had heard was it was too busy or too dangerous to go any further with it, so they'd wire the money to Somalia. Whether they scraped a whole bunch off the top and did that, I don't know.
Wow, so they take the money from
That's crazy.
Minnesota, take it to Atlanta, and then take it to Dubai, and then from Dubai they then wire the money.
Correct. I don't know that for sure, but that's what I was told by other investigators.
So all the taxpayers' dollars were getting funneled through the airports and then taken to Dubai to be sent to Somalia.
Yes. Yes. It appears that's how it all went down, yes.
Dude, what? That's crazy. That's actually fucking crazy, bro. W. Nick Shirley.
You're talking...
W. Nick Shirley, bro. Seriously, W. Nick Shirley. I can't even begin to holy shit, bro.